Today is November 8th, 2012. We are interviewing James B. Russell. He was born January 11th, 1924 and served in the Army as a corporal technician during the World War II conflict. My name is Tona Francis and I am a friend of Jim. We are in Piqua, Ohio for this recording. The interview is being conducted for the Miami County Veterans History Project in the American Folklife Center. Today is November 8th, 2012. We are interviewing James B. Russell, who was born January 11th, 1924 and served in the Army as a corporal technician during the World War II conflict. My name is Tona Francis and I am a friend of Jim. We are in Piqua, Ohio for this recording. The interview is being conducted for the Miami County Veterans History Project in the American Folklife Center at the Library of Congress with Republican John Boehner's office. The project is sponsored by Mission Veterans to D.C. of Piqua, Ohio. Good morning. I would like to thank you for sharing your experiences through this interview. Tell us about your life before the service. Where were you born?
I was born in Shelby County, January 11th, 1924.
Were you at home or in the hospital?
Home.
Okay.
A neighbor lady come over and help my mother.
That was nice. They did that back then, didn't they?
Yeah.
How many brothers and sisters did you have?
I had 5 half-brothers and 2 half-sisters.
Okay. And what did your father do to provide for your family?
My father was a farmer.
Okay. And your mom?
My mom stayed home and took care of the kids.
I see. Where did you go to school?
After I was born, shortly after that, we moved to Piqua, and I went to kindergarten at Bennett School.
Okay. Where else did you go to school then? You went to school all through Piqua?
Yes,
or okay.
All through. I graduated from Piqua.
Okay. And what did you do before you entered the service?
I worked at the Orfeld till I was called to the service.
Okay, and what is the Orfeld?
Orfeld makes felts and blankets. At that time, we were making Army blankets and Navy blankets, no civilian blankets.
Oh my. Did any of the other family members, were they in the service?
I had a brother who was in the service over in he was over in Europe, but he contracted got malaria and they sent him home.
Oh my.
He was home when I got my first furlough.
Okay.
He'd already been in Africa.
Okay. Wow. Did he recoup from that?
Yeah, but it would go and it would come, and he died when he was about 48 years old.
And you feel he died from the malaria?
Yeah.
Oh my. Oh. How did you enter the service?
How did I enter it?
Were you drafted or did you enlist?
Drafted.
Okay.
Drafted in December of 42.
Okay. I show that you were in, December 7th of 1942 to January 5th of 1946. And you were in the 950th Anti-Aircraft.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you choose the Army or did they say that's where you were going to be?
I chose the Army.
Okay. And where did you take your basic training?
I took my basic training at Fort Bragg, North Carolina.
And how was that?
Rough.
Did you have special training?
Not really, just basic training.
Okay. How did you adapt to military life? Was that not like living at home with all the brothers and sisters?
No, you learn to adapt to it after you've been in it 3 years.
Okay.
So,
Was the training hard, you think?
at times, at Fort Bragg, you had to walk in a lot of sand, and that really, when you went on a field trip or something, it was kind of hard.
That was hard to do, to walk in the sand. How was the barracks?
Barracks was fine for being in the Army.
Uh-huh. I mean, you had a place to sleep at least that was
Yeah.
warm somewhat.
Right.
And how about the food there at camp?
Sometimes good and sometimes bad.
Okay. Little of both.
Yeah.
Did you have a social life at camp? Was there time for that or no?
Not really. I never, when I was in basic training, I never went into town.
Okay.
I just stayed at the camp.
Okay. Were you married when you went into the service? Okay, okay. That does make a difference, I think, sometimes. And where did you serve when you were in the service? What happened after basic? Did you go to...
After basic, I went to McCord Field in Washington. It was outside of Fort Lewis.
Okay.
In fact, McCord Field and Fort Lewis run together. But I was in anti-aircraft there too.
Uh-huh.
But the Japs were still on the Aleutians, and we had medium bombers on McCord Field and fighter planes.
Okay.
But as far as I know, they never had to go up to the Japs surrendered before all this happened.
Okay. So when you were in Washington State, you were getting ready to go out on a ship?
No, when after the Japs were captured off the Aleutians, we moved to Camp Horn, California.
Okay. So from Washington State, you went to California.
Yeah,
To another camp?
I went to Camp Horn, California, and then they split the outfit up.
Okay.
And then from Camp Horn, I went to Fort Ord, California for some more training, and then from there I went to Camp Stoneman, which is a port of embarkation on the west coast.
Is that still in California?
Yeah,
Okay.
and I left there to go overseas.
Okay. All this, the training you were taking, was that just reinforcing what you learned at basic, or was it, okay?
Yeah, well, there was a lot of things at Fort Ord. I was only at Fort Ord for about a month. You crawled through barbed wire and
Oh my.
really,
Mud and things like that?
yeah,
So it was getting you prepared mentally for what might lie ahead?
yeah,
I see.
yeah.
Wow. Okay, so then what did you do? You left...
We left Fort Ord and went to, I wound up in Finch Haven, New Guinea.
Okay.
And
What ship did you go out on, do you remember?
It was a USS Seacat.
Okay. Was that pretty big, small, medium?
I would say it was a medium ship. I don't know really how many was on board, but we did stop at one place. I can't remember offhand.
Didn't stop in Hawaii?
No.
Okay.
No, it was a 16-day trip.
Okay.
It took that long to get there. And I wound up in Finch Haven, New Guinea,
Mm-hmm.
unattached, and that's where I joined the 950th Anti-Aircraft.
Okay.
And
Where'd you go from there?
from there...
Or what did you do there? Did you stay on New Guinea for a while, or?
Mainly, I took, I don't know, I was only there for about, not even a month. And from there, we left, and I forget where we went. Anyway, we joined we were in on the invasion of Leyte, because there wasn't any Japanese Air Force to speak of anymore, and they used us for artillery.
Okay.
And we were in on the invasion of Leyte, and I was there for a while, and then we were in on the invasion of Bataan, and I was only on Bataan 2 days, and at Corregidor, paratroopers landed on Corregidor, but they couldn't land any artillery. So they called over where we were, and I went over there with 40 millimeter anti-aircraft gun, and we had to set up by there's a barracks up there. It's the biggest barracks I ever saw in the Army. And there was a building over there that the Japs, there was about, they estimated 200 Japs in that building. And we took our gun and set it up where they could blow that building apart.
Oh.
But I had to run communications from the gun to their headquarters, and I had to set up radio communications with our outfit over on Bataan. But when you use an anti-aircraft gun to destroy a building and the contents, it's not very pleasant.
Does it just take one gun or several?
One gun, but it took 4 shells to blow that building apart.
Oh my. And you witnessed that?
Yeah.
Boy, that would be hard.
Yeah.
So was there fighting on the previous island you were on, or you didn't fight at all in New Guinea?
I didn't fight any in New Guinea, a little bit in Leyte.
Yeah, Leyte, I'm sorry.
Yeah. And
were you on the front line, or you were just...
Well, they used our gun mainly to blow buildings apart.
Okay.
Of course, there wasn't any, the Japanese Air Force was gone. So they used this for artillery. And then when, after MacArthur come over to Corregidor and raised the flag. And that's, I left there and we went to an airstrip outside of Manila. And then the war ended.
Okay. Well, when you blew this building up that had the Japanese in it, were you there for a while, or you just blew it up and went on to somewhere else?
No, I was there for probably 4 weeks or about a month. And then that's when we left and went outside Manila. So
your duty was just to shoot that building, and you said you had some radio?
Yeah, well, see, our outfit stayed on Bataan. I was just over there with that gun crew.
Right.
That set up the telephone and radio.
Okay.
But after that, that's when my outfit on Leyte, or on Bataan, and I was on Corregidor. We just automatically went into into the Philippines mainly.
Okay.
And then the war ended, and of course they issued us new gun barrels and I don't know what all, because we were going to be in on the invasion of Japan.
Okay.
The war ended, and then we moved pretty close to Manila. We were just outside of Manila. And then they started sending prisoners of war to Manila.
Okay.
And I didn't. I had a job in the morning of fixing 3 different places where they could wash their mess kits and that. But after all that, I left Manila December the 9th. In 45, we came home as a unit. And that's when I come under the Golden Gate Bridge at noon Christmas Day of 1945.
Wow. And what ship were you on when you came home?
It was a Navy ship, but I can't tell you the name of it.
Okay.
And we were in Camp Stoneman, and I left Camp Stoneman January the 1st, 1946.
Now, where's Camp Stoneman? Is that in California?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's where I left from, Camp Snow.
Okay, it's the same place you left, you came back to.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I left there New Year's Day, went through Pasadena, California.
Oh, wow.
Well, you could see what was going on.
So the parades were still,
Parades
okay.
and football game. And then I went to Camp Atterbury in Indiana. That's outside Indianapolis.
Okay.
That's where there was German prisoners of war there. They showed fit us for uniforms and sewed all our stuff on our uniforms.
The German prisoner of war
German prisoners of war.
did that.
Yeah,
Oh, my.
yeah. And I left there about the 6th of January and come home.
So you were discharged from there then? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. When you were over there, though, did you receive any communication from your family? Did you receive mail?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was it every day or once a week or?
No, I would say sometimes it was longer than that. It all depend on what we were into.
Uh-huh.
But maybe you'd have to catch up reading maybe 4 letters.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
So
Well, that was nice. Did you form any friendships while you were in the service?
yeah, there's a fella in these pictures I got here. His name's Ray Camel. He lived in Pennsylvania, and he had a cousin, I think it was, that lived in Pleasant Hill, and once in a while his wife would come over and he'd always stop at the house.
Nice.
But then there was a Jim Cuse that lived in Michigan. He flew down here one time to see me. Then I tried to stop up at where he lived, and I don't know whether they had moved or what, but they couldn't remember
Them being
So,
there. Uh-huh. Did you have any recreation or off-duty pursuits while you were in the service? Did you have any time off
Oh, yeah.
for leisure? When you
Yeah.
were, well, like in New Guinea,
Well,
what would you have done there?
Well, there wasn't much to do in New Guinea.
Uh-huh.
You can't, they was all natives, and you couldn't communicate with them or anything.
Okay.
But after we got in Manila,
Mm-hmm.
we had leisure time waiting to come home.
Did you go into towns, or did you just stay on base and watch movies, or?
Well, we were just outside of Manila.
Uh-huh.
We could walk into Manila.
Okay.
But and before I left there, I remember seeing I forget the name of a company, a yeast company. They had a truck. They must have been waiting for the war to end, because they was there trying to sell. And then every once in a while you'd see some other company selling stuff in Manila from
Now,
America.
I was just going to say, was it American? Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Huh. But you didn't have, like, USO shows? Did you have those back then?
Yeah. A lot of, I mean, there was a USO entertainment
Uh-huh.
too.
Did you get to go see that, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I know some of the people, they went bowling. There was bowling alleys, or they would go, they would have a softball team, or they would play football.
Mainly, our job was to take care of those war prisoners.
Okay.
I still can't talk much about them. You couldn't bear to see the shape they were in.
Right. From being shot, or?
No, from lack of food,
Nourishment.
skin and bones.
Oh.
They
But
were-
you guys were feeding them.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So they probably had it better off being prisoners of war
Yeah,
than.
they were practically next door to where we were.
I see. And you couldn't communicate with them, I'm sure, because they didn't know language.
No.
Did you have an interpreter at all, or?
Well, they were American guys that had been held prison in Japan.
Oh, I see. I thought you meant that you had prisoners from Japan.
No.
No, it was our own people.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
Oh, my. Well, at least you were there for them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did they have to wait till they were able to be moved back to the States, or?
Yeah, I would judge that they were probably there for a couple of months before they flew, what we had, I guess, flew back to the States, and they probably were in hospitals here then.
Uh-huh.
So,
Uh-huh. How awful.
yeah.
Would you have any stories that you might want to share as far as if you ever went to town and had a situation happen, or
Not really.
nothing like that? Okay. So when you returned home, you came through California and ended up in Indiana.
Camp Atterbury.
Yes. And then did they bring you home by train or by bus, or?
We went into Indianapolis to see whether I'd get home quick on a bus or a train.
Uh-huh.
Took the bus.
Okay.
Took the bus from Indianapolis to Dayton, and then Dayton up to Pickwick.
Okay. And was your family waiting on you? Did they know you were coming in?
I told them I was coming home, but I didn't specify a date.
Uh-huh.
When I got off of the bus at the hotel,
Uh-huh.
somebody said, "Your brother just went into the post office."
Oh, my.
So I beelined over to the post office. He was working at Sure Bells at the time,
Okay.
and he took me over to Sure Bells and introduced me to the guys over there. And I lived in Shawnee at that time, and he took me over home.
I see. And was Mom and Dad at home?
My mother died when I was 12 years old.
Oh, my.
I lived with my sister.
Uh-huh.
She was home when I got there.
Okay. Well, you had indicated that your dad farmed, so when you moved to Pickwill, he quit farming?
Yeah, he quit farming.
And where did he work then?
Over at Cron Kills over in Shawnee. They made furniture.
Okay. And what's your father's name?
Ward Russell.
Warren Russell?
Ward.
Ward Russell. Okay. And your mom's name?
Rana.
Rana. Okay. Did she become sick, or was she in an accident that she passed?
No, she died when I was 12 years old. She died of cancer.
Oh, my. How sad.
Yeah.
Well, and then your sister raised you, or?
My sister and brother-in-law.
Okay.
Yeah, I went to live with them when I was 12 years old.
Okay, okay. So you went to school because you lived in Pickwill with them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then when you came back, did you work at Orfeld, or what did you do?
Yeah, I didn't go to work right away. I was laid off for about a week, but yeah, I went back to Orfeld.
So your job was waiting on you when you
Yeah.
got home. That's nice.
Yeah, in fact, they give me a better job than I had when I left.
Well, good. Good. And then did you work there very long, or did you change jobs?
Oh man, I changed jobs so many times.
Okay.
My brother wanted me to go over to International and go to work over there.
Uh-huh.
So I worked over there, but I couldn't buy a car. I don't know how many dealerships I went to try to buy a used car. It wasn't possible. So I stayed over there about 9 months, and then I come back to Pickwill.
I see. Springfield, is that where you mean you went
Yeah.
for International? Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. So was it hard readjusting back to civilian life, you think?
Not really.
Okay.
Yeah.
Some people find it harder to do,
Yeah.
I know. Have you ever contacted fellow veterans since you've been back, or just the two that you talked about?
Just the two I talked to.
So you never had like any reunions for your division, or?
No, there's never been a reunion.
Never heard of any of that. Huh. Do you have any memberships with like VFW or AMVETS or?
I'm the American Legion.
Okay. And have you since you've been back?
Yeah, I think it was in this late 50s when I've been in the American Legion for 53 years.
Good for you.
So I didn't join right away when I got back. I was probably back a year before I joined.
Mm-hmm. And did you have a girlfriend when you were gone in the service, or?
Yeah, and before I left to come home, she married somebody else.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Was that someone from school, high school, or someone you were just?
A neighbor, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
She couldn't wait till I got home, I guess.
I see. So then you dated when you got back and was working?
Yeah, I dated another girl before I dated Neoma.
Uh-huh.
And after dating her for a couple of years, we got married.
Okay, and your wife's name?
Neoma
Okay. Her maiden name?
Smith.
Okay, Naomi Smith.
Yeah.
Okay. And do you have any children?
No,
No children.
no children.
Okay.
No.
Decided to travel and enjoy life.
Right.
And have you done that?
Yeah.
Good. Good for you.
Well, we took well, 3 or 4 cruises, and
Uh-huh.
we used to take off on vacation and just drive someplace.
Uh-huh. Didn't have to be anywhere at any certain time.
No. Well, a lot of times we'd go, not a lot of times, but I think 3 times we went with our dad and mother. We went out west 3 different times.
Uh-huh.
And we've taken, going down to the Caribbean.
So cruises, you've had some cruises?
Yeah.
Okay. When you went out west, did you fly or did you drive?
Drive.
You see more that way, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think wartime experiences affected your life?
Well, I mean, anybody hates to go to war, but it's because you don't know whether you're coming home or in a box or what. But it's an experience you never forget.
Do you think it helped you grow up and mature?
I'm sure it did.
You sure did? Okay. Life lessons learned from the service. Do you think you have any life lessons learned?
Oh, boy. The only thing I learned is war is hell.
Yeah. You probably learned to get along and to trust your fellow soldier.
Right. Yeah, you got to take care of each other.
That's right. It's all teamwork.
It really is.
Yeah. Did you have any training on, you said you worked the radios? Did you have training on that when you were in one of your camps?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was up at
Washington? Okay, okay. And did you do that the whole time you were there, or they sent you back and forth?
Well, you know, if something went wrong with the phone, you'd have to go fix it, or somebody screwed up the radio, you'd have to go put it on the right frequency. And
I see. So you were pretty much on call?
Not what you really call a lot of call.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes when I was up at McCord Field, they had like a deep cellar, and we had our switchboard and everything underground.
Okay.
A lot of times you'd have to pull switchboard duty.
Uh-huh.
But it was like you'd be on 2 hours and all 4.
Oh, okay. Okay, so that's not so bad.
No. But
Did you ever have any trouble with seasickness when you were on the ship?
no, boy, I was thankful for that. I used to see them guys that seasick. They start down to go get something to eat. They get about halfway down, and out they come.
Over to the rail?
Yeah.
Oh my. I can't imagine. Was it bad though? Was the weather bad when you were crossing the waters?
When we came home, we were in the China Sea for a while.
Uh-huh.
And it lasted a day and part of a night. the ship would go this way, and you think, is it going to come back?
Oh, wow.
We had one day of that and one night.
Uh-huh.
But I never got seasick. Some
Oh.
guys, boy, they got sicker than dogs.
Uh-huh. I know people said they lost weight because they were just so sick on
Yeah,
ships.
Yeah.
Huh.
But, of course, we had, coming home, we had fresh water, water that...
No
you could
salt
take
in it. Yeah.
No salt, you could take a shower. But going over, we didn't. I mean, you'd take a shower and you'd towel and the dirt would roll.
Oh, my.
Salt water is
Yeah.
to take a shower.
No, you still feel grimy, don't you?
Right.
So, when you went over on the ship, did you have duties to do while you were on the ship, or you just riding over to where you were destination?
No, the only thing he did going over, they would dump the garbage over in a barrel at dusk, and there was a gun on the back of the ship, and they would shoot them barrels so they'd sink.
Oh.
Because if you let them, we never had any trouble going over or coming home, but the day after we left, the ship that some guys was on, I don't know the name of the ship or anything, we just heard about it.
Mm-hmm.
It was torpedoed by a Japanese sub.
Oh, my. So you're trying to not leave a trace
Yeah.
of you being in the waters, huh? But on the way home, you say you didn't have bad weather except for China?
China Sea is all.
And that wasn't typhoon, was it? Or was it
No.
typhoon season? Not sure.
Just rough water, I guess.
Uh-huh.
Just it would roll
Pitching
over
you.
and roll.
Were you supposed to be strapped in your beds when that was going on, or did it matter?
I did. I think I spent most of my time on the floor.
Oh, did you?
Yeah,
Not strapped down?
not strapped down.
Because wouldn't you roll back and forth?
Yeah, but you kind of center yourself or something so you didn't slide.
Oh, my. You probably weren't doing any meals during that time.
No,
I can't
but
imagine.
we caught up after we got out of that storm.
I see. Was the food very good on the ship going over and coming back?
Yeah, I see. They fed us before on Christmas Day, before we come under the bridge. We had a Christmas meal, turkey and everything. And I don't know how. I don't know where they put that on that ship at, unless they flew it out and a plane with whatchamacallits on it landed, and they took the food off and put it on. But we had our meal before we got into
San Francisco. Huh. Can't imagine.
Yeah.
So when you got off the ship, did you just went to the barracks? Were there trucks there to pick you up, or was it right where you pulled in?
A canal boat. We went back to Camp Stoneman.
Mm-hmm.
And then, boy, we had milk and fresh fruit, and steak to eat.
Probably didn't know how to act.
Hmm?
You probably didn't know how to act.
No.
What kind of food did you have when you were over in the islands? Was it all canned, or?
Most of it was canned, but it wasn't bad. I mean, you just got used to it. You had to get used to it.
Mm-hmm. If you were hungry, you ate.
That's right.
You couldn't be picky then.
Yeah.
Did you have kitchens when you were overseas? Or did you just have campfires to warm things on?
Yeah, more or less like that.
Okay.
Didn't have kitchen where.
Didn't have like a tent set up for that's where you ate your meal?
No, they called them K rations.
Okay.
What you ate.
Mm-hmm. And was it the same thing all the time or different things?
Well, it didn't change much. It was basically the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
But you got used to it.
Mm-hmm. But no stories for me. Nothing you can think of? Nothing that happened at boot camp or any of the camps? No? Nothing exciting, huh? Just did what you had to do and wanted to get back as soon as you could.
That's right.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So when you got back and got married, then did you stay in Pickwa or did you move someplace else?
No, we lived in Pickaway all our lives.
Okay. And then where did you work before you retired?
Where did I work before I retired?
Mm-hmm.
At Air Vent Van.
Okay.
Yeah, when I came home, I went back to the Orfeld. Then I went over to Springfield. And the guy got me a job on the railroad.
Oh my.
And I would have got bumped on the railroad here in town. I'd had to go work out of Dayton.
Uh-huh.
So I quit that. And then I got a job at a evidently Sure Belt.
Here in town?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I was in the parts department.
Okay.
And from there I went to Airvent.
Okay.
And I retired from Airvent.
Okay. How many years do you think you worked at Airvent then?
22 years.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Of course, you were 19 when you went in the service. How old were you?
I was 19.
19. Okay. Wow. That's an awesome story. I would like to take a picture of your medals from your jacket that you had. And you have some pictures here of your service time.
Yeah.
Okay, this first picture, what is that about?
My Neoma's cousin done that for me. It's a World War II honoree.
Plaque?
Yeah.
Nice. It's got the memorial on it and a picture of you
Yeah.
and your service time.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next is your
That's what I wore on my uniform.
uniform badges.
That over here is I was in the 4th Army, and the AA is anti-aircraft.
Uh-huh.
My rank, and then combat scars, and I got that oak leaf for being in the first wave of an invasion.
Okay. And then what's this next picture? Is that a letter from someone?
That was a letter from Harry Sherman thanking me for my service.
That's very nice.
Yeah.
Then you have some pictures here with your buddies.
Yeah.
Then this is a picture of you in Washington before you left.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. Very nice. And is this the group that you were with over in...
Uh-huh. Overseas.
Nice. Well, I would like to thank you for your service and thank you for sharing your stories with us today.